listen to this guy. He's dodged rocket fire in the Middle East. He's gone temporarily blind, and he's getting a new high-profile boss. Boy, your life is never dull. Hello, Anderson Cooper. Listen, I saw the picture that you tweeted. That was very scary stuff with your eye. What exactly happened to you?
Yeah, I was on an assignment for 60 Minutes, and I was on in Portugal in a beautiful spot doing a story on the water, and it was a very windy day, and I was only on the water for like 2 hours. It was an overcast day, and I burned my eyeballs. I didn't even know this was possible, but I woke up that night, like 8 hours later, with excruciating pain, and I couldn't see. And
is it because your eyes are blue? I'm not trying to be funny, but I heard it happens.
People with, I read subsequently, I read people with lighter eyes have a greater issue with this. But you can burn your eyes just like you can burn your skin.
To burn your eyes?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think I did anything different. I was on a crew team in college. I was on the water every single day of my life. I don't know if it's just that I'm older or if it was just, the doctor said because it was really windy that might have had something to do with it, but it was UV light bouncing off water. Same thing that happens to like snow blindness. People on snow, sometimes this happens, and it burns your eyeballs. And it feels like, I mean, I didn't know what it was for hours. It feels like you have sand in your eyes, and that's what I thought I had.
Did you see your career flash before your eyes?
I did. I literally, I was in the middle of the night when I woke up with this excruciating pain, and I couldn't see. And I'm thinking, Jeff Zucker has just taken over CNN. I haven't even met with the guy. I'm going to be blind.
You're a blind correspondent.
How am I going to like adapt? I mean, I really at like 1 a.m. You know, I was like, you know, your mind starts to play tricks with you, and
it's much tougher to dodge bullets when you're blind.
Yeah, I mean, and I literally could not see my hand in front of my face was like all.
Did you have on sunglasses, Anderson?
No, I don't like wearing sunglasses. That's the thing. So now I have to wear sunglasses all the time. Yeah.
Small price to pay.
We just discovered this amazing thing about Anderson. He does not know as much about music in the segment we just had as we might have imagined.
I really know nothing about music.
Because we think of you as a king of pop culture as well as
a war correspondent. Sorry to let you down, but yeah, no. Music is just, I didn't grow up with music.
Well, what do you do when you work out?
I mean, I listen to like Rihanna and like up-tempo, dance music and stuff. But honestly, my assistant puts it on my iPod for me because I don't even know how to really do that.
See, this amazes me because I don't think I'm that tech savvy, but I do download my own music. And and I recently was like playing it. My friend's like, "Who did this for you?" I'm like, "I did it myself."
I'm so happy because
all by myself.
I just got Apple TV, which is, if you don't have it, it's the greatest.
Cool.
You just got Apple TV?
Yes. Oh, wait a minute. When Charlie Rose says to you, "You just got a piece of technology," you know that's bad. Like, Charlie, you're ahead of the curve.
Wait, do you have Apple TV?
Do you have Apple TV?
Yes. You do?
I've had it for years.
What is Apple TV?
Apple TV
I don't have
will
it
change
either.
your life.
No.
Apple
You're
TV
exactly right.
is the greatest thing. I don't watch regular TV anymore.
Absolutely.
I just watch Apple TV.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
The geniuses at Apple, the remote is the most intuitive, most simple remote. I got this remote that's like it's like a NASA computer. I don't know how to use, but this Apple TV remote has got 2 buttons and it does everything.
It's so inexpensive I can afford to buy it for both of you.
It's like, it's $100 or something, and it's amazing. It gives you access to Netflix and iTunes. It's great.
But before we leave this, tell me how you think what changes might be coming at CNN. In other words, what's the challenge for CNN?
Look, I don't know. I mean, I think CNN has a great brand and is a great place and has really dedicated journalists. And like CBS, there's not a lot of places that, have journalists working out in the field, and CBS is one of them, and 60 Minutes, and CNN is a place that's expanding with bureaus, and that's important to us, and that's in our DNA.
I worked with Jeff Zucker for many years. He said in taking over CNN that he wants to have more passion. Do you think you can meet that bill?
Yeah.
I certainly hope so. I certainly hope so. Yeah, look, there's a lot of passionate people there, and I think we've always done well when things are happening, and it's in the slower times that we've run into problems, and I hope we figure it all out.
Yeah. There's a big story in New York with the photographer who didn't help the man who ultimately was killed on the subway. And I know, Anderson, you've been in predicaments where you can see something happening. You're working on the story. You recently had something that happened to you with a little boy.
Oh, in Haiti, yeah. That was I mean, that was an incident where somebody threw a concrete block onto a little boy in Haiti and opened up his skull, and he was bleeding from the head, and everyone was running away from him. And it was interesting because I initially started running toward him to take the picture, and I took like 2 steps, and I continued running, and then I thought, this is ridiculous to take a picture. I don't need to take a picture, and I went and I just grabbed the kid and ran with him. And I don't want to make a big deal of it or anything, but yeah, it was an instance where I felt it was more important to get involved to help this person than to take a picture.
Did you think that what you were exposed to in Gaza was more precarious than other situations you've been in?
It was
involved in?
no, I didn't honestly, because I think there were targeted strikes. I mean, look, missiles are blunt instruments, and innocent people get killed in them. But Israel, it's not indiscriminate shelling. In Sarajevo, in the siege of Sarajevo, where I was, that was indiscriminate shelling. Mortars would land. You had no idea where they would land. If you're in Israel towns in Ashkelon and stuff, you have no idea where Hamas rockets are going to land.
Nor does the Hamas.
Well, yes. At least there is a general idea that there is targeting involved. Now, you may not know who else is in your building, and that's the danger. I mean, we're operating in a building, and who knows if Hamas has an office on a lower floor. But look, I watched Israel put 3 rockets into the second floor of a building. They didn't destroy the entire building. They hit what they felt was their target on the second floor. So I was worried in that I didn't know who else was around me, and could there be a rocket launching site right next door to me or on an office below me? Absolutely. But it was not the kind of fear of indiscriminate shelling which you get in Syria, where Bashar al-Assad is just shelling his own people.
You know, the other big story is Princess Kate. Have you heard? She's pregnant.
I have heard that, yes. I heard she was in the hospital, too.
Yeah, there's a whole big name game. I had suggested Shantirian Y. Kiba.
Oh,
2
really?
names
Yes.
I actually do know.
I think those are actually high on the list, from what I understand, for the royal family.
So have you given any thought to the royal family names?
I can honestly say I have not given a moment's thought to it, but I should. I should give some
Here's
thought
what
to
I
it.
really want from you, Anderson Cooper. John Travolta released a video yesterday.
Oh, yes, I know.
Did you see it?
I have absolutely seen it.
So can we just show a little bit of the video, and I want to get your take on what you think about it. Here's John Travolta, Olivia Newton, John, his co-star from Grease. Yeah.
I find it weird on so many levels.
Do you?
Yes. I mean, look, I wish him the best, and I don't know the guy. I'm sure he's a lovely person and stuff, but I don't know. There's something going on. I don't know. There's a lot going on.
I so disagree. We were talking about
like
this.
it?
I do. I think it's great between the two.
You're just
I
sucking
do,
up to
Chris.
John Travolta.
Chris, no, Chris.
You guys
No, I'm
hang out.
not. No,
Yes, you
I'm not
are.
sucking up to him. Chris Lick is
You
going,
are.
for the love of
Please.
God. I think it's really cute, the two of them together.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
If you want, if that's your story and you're sticking with it, you go.
I haven't seen this. Is it on a plane?
Well, he's landing his
He's
plane,
flying his
Charlie.
plane.
Yes.
They're reunited.
I see.
And
Maybe you
she
could
seems
walk-
like a lovely lady, and he seems like a nice guy. I
I
wish him
think
nothing
it's
but the
cute.
best, and I hope it's a huge success. I got no dog in this hunt.
Anderson,
As I said, what do I know about music?
There you go.
we're glad your site has returned.
I'm glad my site is returned so I can see that music video.
Thank you.
You're
very much.
welcome.
It's one of the blessings of having sight.
Okay, they're telling me to wrap it up.